everyone, it's Dasha, and today we're going to talk about different ways to address people, depending on the situation and their position and also their relationship to you. So, let's get started.
Let's begin.
So here we have a couple of words that you can use to address people if you do not know their name. Or if you do know their name but you just, want to sound polite, because these are more polite versions. So here we have sir, Mr. and young man. So those are used for men only.
Really? It's for men only.
It can be used by men or by women, but it's only for men. So, sir and Mr., most of the time you'll use this when you write emails or you write very formal letters. You could also use this in everyday life in spoken language as well, especially sir.
Sir.
Sir is used quite often in hospitality, in travels, and a lot of the times in the army.
Do you think I'm funny?
Sir, no, sir.
Then wipe that disgusting grin off your face.
Sir, yes, sir.
Young man is basically just for the younger people.
Young man.
Because sir and Mr. is mostly used for people that are over a certain age. There's no really a rule of which age it is. Mostly it's used for either people you don't know or for people that are like age over 30 maybe. So young man is technically used mostly for people younger than 30, but in spoken language. In written format, you'll always see sir or Mr. regardless of your age.
Yeah, I got it.
Then here we have for women. So we have Mrs., Miss, Madame, and young lady. So the difference between Mrs. and Miss, because a lot of people get confused which one to use when. Mrs. is a lady that is married.
I hope so, Mrs.
Miss is a lady that is not married.
Excuse me, miss.
Then Madame is also sometimes used.
Madame?
Just like with the men words, it's the same thing here. So Mrs. and Miss, you'll see a lot of times in more written format. Though, again, in hospitality and other places, will also be used. In more spoken format, you'll sometimes hear Madame or young lady. So Madame is mostly used for older women.
I beg your pardon?
Married, non-married, doesn't really matter, but just for older women. And then young lady is used for young women.
Young lady.
So these ones are used in more formal situations when you don't really know them, when you first met them, when you're not sure of their name.
Okay.
We have names that you could refer people to if you don't know their names in more specific situations. So this is used for their profession.
Interesting.
If you somehow manage to find an officer to talk to, just for leisure, or, maybe you just made a friend.
How old are you, McLovin?
Old enough.
Old enough for what?
It's party.
So you would refer to them as officer if you do not know their name. Most of the time, actually, people can see their name tags, so they refer to them by their last name. So Officer Hank, Officer whatever.
What's the problem, officer?
If you happen to not see a name tag on them or any form of identification, you could just refer to them as officer.
Officer.
The next one is Your Honor.
Your Honor.
There's really one scenario where you're going to use this, and this is in court. So unless you made friends in court, or you're just bored, or you're trying to win a settlement, you are not going to use this. And you can only use this for the judge, because he's the honor. So Your Honor.
Objection, Your Honor.
And the last one is doc, which is the shortened version of doctor. So when you go for an appointment to any doctor, you can sometimes use doc.
Hey, doc.
Usually they won't take any offense to it because doc is just kind of already assumed that it's doctor. So it's totally cool to use that. You can just come in and ask, so how are my test results, doc? It's totally fine.
Hey, what's up, doc?
So now the last ones are a bit more informal and a bit more fun, in my opinion. So here we have are all different ways you could call your friends. In some cases when you don't want to use their names, because in more informal situations, if you use your friend's full name or just name, it mostly means that something's gone wrong.
Something's wrong.
First one is buddy, which pretty much means friend, but just in another way of saying it.
Hey, buddy.
Pal is the same thing.
Hey, cheer up, pal.
So these first two, buddy and pal, are mostly used for men. Then the next one, friend, is just super neutral.
Can I help you, friend?
This is where we get a bit of confusion here. A lot of people older generations used to use girl and friend separate, not in the meaning of dating someone, but just a friend who's a girl before. Nowadays, because everything's become so neutral, we just use friend and then we use pronouns afterwards to tell the person what gender your friend is. So friend can be used to anyone.
Hey, friend, little help?
Then the next one, dude. Dude! Dude is a great word because it's used to address people, but it's also just an exclamation in general. It's a great word. It's a wonderful word to use. It's not the same thing as a friend or a buddy, but more it's like a guy. A lot of the times, dude is very neutral. It can be used by girls to girls, guys to guys, doesn't matter. Dude has kind of become like a friend in that way. Because dude is such a flexible word in its usage, a lot of the times it is used as just like, oh wow, oh really, oh wow, that's strange. Like you could just say, oh dude, dude, dude. So see, there's different ways of saying it, but you kind of mean different things. And in that case, you're not really addressing anyone, you're just kind of reacting to any information that you may have received. Then the last one is girl. Girl is an interesting one because it's used only for women, obviously.
Hey, girl.
But interestingly, this word is used by everyone in just the same way that dude gets used. But girl gets more used by LGBTQ in terms of, say, instead of saying dude, they say girl.
Oh, girl.
Like, oh girl, girl, girl. Like, it's kind of like really, like, in that case, these two words are kind of both really neutral. And it's quite interesting because both of these originally were very gendered, but nowadays they just get used by anyone at any point to anyone.
Oh, wow.
All right, so that was the video. Hopefully it was useful to you, and yeah, see you soon, dude.